Good morning, Elk fans. I'd like to welcome you out to our home game against the Hopi Bruins today. Beautiful Thursday afternoon. Good morning, Elk fans. I'd like to welcome you out to make sure home game against the Hopi Bruins today. I was just reminded it's Wednesday, not Thursday. Maybe I was hoping it was Thursday, so I didn't have to go to school tomorrow. Just like all the all the kids as well. So beautiful day today. So if you don't know what to do this afternoon, come out. Boys are playing as well. Both of us are hosting the Hopi Bruins, so come out and enjoy some baseball and some softball today. Um, Enjoy some nice weather. Get a suntan while you're out here. Do you have theirs? As you can tell by the video, the umps are meeting with the coaches right now, getting ready to start. So we should be getting started in just a couple minutes.
Sally a hard time about sitting here because we wanted him to move so we can have it.
Defensive alignment for your Elks to start this game. Looks like the usual defensive alignment. We got Tori Slade catching with Carla Ariola pitching, Autumn Webster, Kyler Penrod, Kelsey Walker, and Ruth Wilbank around the diamond with Cassidy Elmer, Skylar Hebener, and it looks like in right field today we have Ava Rivas in right field today, starting. Good to see Ava back out. She suffered a concussion against Joe City a couple weeks ago, so it's good to see her back out playing. All right, starting line, batting order for Hopi, number 5. Looks like Slavky, who's the pitcher, will be batting first with Loma Tinoa second and Benally in third batter. I'm sure I butchered some of these names, but I'll try to do the best I can on these. First pitch of the game coming up. High ball 1. Same spot, ball 2. Down the middle, strike 1, so count 2 balls, 1 strike on Svosky. Strike 2 swinging. Savosky chases one a little bit out of the zone there. Count 2-2. Strike down the middle for first strikeout of the game for Ariola. So 1 up, 1 out. Brings up Momentioa. I'm sure that's wrong, but Lomaintewa. You know how to say that? Let me know. Momentinoa. Outside, ball 1. Momentinoa is the looks like shortstop for the Bruins. Little liner right to Webster at first for the second out. Nice soft liner for 2 outs. Brings up Benally, who is your center fielder. Ball low. Foul ball, looks like it's going to go out of play. So 1-1 the count. In the dirt, ball 2. Count 2 balls and 1 strike to Benally with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Wind blowing in straight from center field to home plate. Line drive past first baseman in the right field. Gets by Rivas out in right field. Benally will go to second on the play and will stay there. So a single by Benally and an error. So Benally will end up on second. Brings up Siwamptawa, who is the catcher. Strike on Siawamtawa. 0-1 count. Now they still parked on second. Little low. 1-1 the count. Foul ball. Counter counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Finale goes back to second base. A little low on that pitch as well, so 2-2. Foul ball. Count remains tied, 2-2. So after today, we play Friday in Flagstaff against Northland Prep, and then Saturday here against Venus Christian. Strike with the changeup, so 2 strikeouts for Ariel in the first inning. The Bruins will strand a runner at second base, so after half inning of play, score is 0-0. As an adjunct runner, just want to tell all those sponsors how much we appreciate them each and every game and all season and throughout the years. I mean, we've had Let's Go Elks for, I don't know, 5, 6 years anyway now, and appreciate those sponsors that keep letting us do this and actually expanding where we can do multiple events at the same time. I know when we first started, it was one or the other. Now we have both baseball and softball going at the same time. We have other equipment as well, so West does. So there's other activities we can do that as well. So it's nice to have this where the kids can be recognized and parents and grandparents that can't be at the games or at the other events can be there, can be watching and see how their loved ones are doing. So appreciate those sponsors and also appreciate West for getting the equipment together and putting this together for Round Valley. Starting at the bottom of the second here, we have Penrod up to bat with Sabki pitching. So, on that roller, pitcher lost the ball and it rolled to home plate, and Penrod was just standing there and hit her on the foot, and so she got a base on a slow roller to home plate. So we have Hevner up now with Penrod on first. Hevner swings underneath that one, but Penrod goes to second for the stolen base. High ball 1-1. A little higher, ball 2, and on the wild pitch, Penrod advances to third base, so runner on third, no outs for your Lady Elks in the first inning here. Low, ball 3. So count 3-1 on Hevner. Foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Miss Hebner was still just a little bit underneath that pitch. A line shot over second base into right center. Gets by the right fielder. Hebner's going around second and will advance to third on the play. Throw comes in and off the mark to shortstop, so Hebner will come in with a triple and come home on the error. So triple with an error will bring her in for 2 runs. So 2 batters for the Elks and 2 runs in with Walker up to bat. Line just a little blooper over at shortstop, but it's going to fall in. Walker will advance to second on the play. She's going to go to third and slide in safely to third with a triple. As left fielder had a hard time picking it up when it hit the ground, it kind of took a little funny hop away from her. And with Walker's speed, she made it third easily. So brings up Wilbank with Walker on on third. Still no outs here in the bottom of the first. Wilbank lays off the high pitch. 1-0. Foul ball down the left field line. Just a little bit in front of that one. Evens the count up at 1. The line drive to shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it. Yeah, good thing I don't take the English or speech. But shortstop bobbles that pitch. Wilbank's on safe at first, and Walker's in with another run for your Lady Elks. Brings up Ariola. Ariola hits one foul over the first base dugout. Shot between third and short will go all the way to the fence. Wilbank will score, and Ariola will trot into second base with a stand-up double. So 1 more. So first 5 batters for your Elks all get on base and score 4 runs so far. Autumn Webster up to bat now. High ball 1 to Webster. Zalewski pitching for the Bruins, and yeah, the 2 hardest ones to say are the ones pitching and catching for the Bruins. Little shot to short. Short comes up out of it and error on shortstop. So Ariola goes to third and Autumn safe at first. Casty Elmer up to bat. 2-1, no out. Still here in the bottom of the first inning. A little high. Autumn will go to second base on the pitch. So 2 runners in scoring position. Now Autumn, Casty's up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Casty a line shot right up the middle. We'll bring in Ariola. And Autumn will also come in, advance on the play home. So 2 runs will score on the single by Elmer. Score 6-0. Oh, 7. I think they got a 6. Ava Rivas up. She attempts to bunt and bunts foul. They call her out as she steps out of the batter box when she bunted. So that's 1 out. Brings up Tori Slade. Torrey hits one left field. It looks like, oh, and foul by about 2 inches there. So runners will go back. Torrey will come back. Nice. Oh, nice play by the pitcher to catch that line drive and doubles off Elmer at third. So after one complete inning, I have it at 6-0. Scoreboard says 7. So I believe it's 6 because there are 9 batters that batted. So should be 6-0 for your Lady Elks. Over the baseball game. Score still 0-0, middle of the second inning. Batting for the Bruins is number 3, Andrews. Foul ball, strike 1. Strike 2 swinging as Andrew chases a pitch a little bit out of the zone. Foul ball. And she just stuck her bat out trying to fight off that pitch. Count remains 0-2. Strike 3 on a changeup. And dropped her strike, but was able to touch her. So out, number 1. On a changeup strikeout. Ross up to bat for the Bruins. Strike at the knees. Foul ball. Ariola quickly had to 0-2. Strike 3. That's only 2 out, Carla. as she heads toward the dugout. So she was hoping it's 3, but that's only 2 out. So umpire Greg gives her a hard time for heading toward the dugout with only 2 outs. So coming up is Morningstar for the Bruins. Just a little low ball one. Morningstar second baseman for the Bruins. Outside, ball 2. Right to first base. Autumn picks it up and steps on the base. So 3 up, 3 down. Quick inning, as the Bruins have no runs that inning. So after 1.5 innings, 6-0. So it looks like on the boys' side, Round Valley just scored as Baca doubles and brings in Walker on the boys' side. So the baseball team's winning 1-0. Bottom of the second, as we're getting ready to start the bottom of the second here on the softball side. Again, beautiful day out here, just a slight breeze. So if you're sitting around, nothing else better to do, come watch some baseball and softball. Support the youth of Round Valley. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Little League will start this weekend. They have opening day there as well on Saturday, so support them. It's supposed to be a pretty nice weekend this weekend, so come out and enjoy some action. All right, starting the bottom of the second, we have Kyler Penrod, who led off the game, leading off the second inning as well. After they put together 6 in the first, Penrod lets one low go by, 1-0. Kyler hits a little blooper over second base to land for a single. Nice job by Penrod waiting on those slower pitches, able to drive it straight up the middle. For a single, brings up Hebner. Hebner sends it foul, but she's way out ahead of it. So strike 1. Skyler sends another one foul. So quickly behind 0-2. Penrod still on first. Outside, Penrod still second on the plate. Hebner with the runner in scoring position as she tries to bring her here in the second inning. Fly to left field, and looks like she dropped it. So Penrod will come in, and Hebner will go to third base on the play. And Hebner's going to try to come home, which she will do. So Hebner has a couple of Little League home runs this game. I mean, not really counted as home runs, but both times she's been able to come all the way around for 2 more runs. So 8-0 for your Lady Elks. Sorry, as I had that still on ads. Part was working, so hopefully you saw some of the action, but Walker up to bat. Walker lets the low pitch go by. Ball 1. Sometimes it's hard for these ladies up here. We get some of the teams have really slow pitchers, and they face a team with fast pitchers, so it's kind of hard sometimes to get the timing down. Walker laid off that one as well, so ball 2. Ball 3 over her head. Walker, if she gets a good pitch, will still be swinging though. 3-0 count with a 8-0 lead. She'll be looking for the third pitch here. Hits her right to first base. First base dribbles it, gets by right fielder also who misses it. Kelsey's going to come all the way around on the 2 errors and score on the play. So 9-0. Brings Wilbank up to bat. Wilbank will come up to bat here in the second inning with the Elks leading 9-0. Ball high. Boys are now winning 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Still a little high on that pitch for 2-0 count to Wilbank. Bruce sends one to center field for a single. Bruce will hold up at first base. Little line drive single for Wilbank. So brings up Ariola with the runner on first base. High over catcher's head, wild pitch. Wilbank will advance to second base on the wild pitch. Thought about going to third, but decided to stay at second. Ariola hits a line drive over third base. Wilbank will come in and score, and Ariola will go into second base on the single as left fielder bobbled it. So 10-0. Autumn Webster up to bat for the Lady Elks. Still no outs here in the bottom of the second. Autumn fouls it off. Nice catch by gentleman in the bleachers. High ball 1-1's count to Webster. On the boys' side, on the baseball field, looks like Kel Polo hit a double and scores 2 for a 4-0 lead for the baseball team. High ball 2, count 2-1. Autumn hits a rocket over second baseman's head. Ball roll clear to the fence. Ariola will score, and Webster in the second base with a double. Nice job by Webster. Wait on that pitch and send it to right field. 11-0 for your Lady Elks. Cassidy Elmer up to bat. Elmer sends it one in the air and caught by a pitcher for the first out of the game. Webster will stay at second base. Batting for your Elks is Kansley Crick. It looks like he's batting for Ava Rivas. Crick will be batting for Rivas here in the second inning, with Webster still at second base, 1 out. A little high to Crick. Boys just scored another run, so 5-0 on the baseball side. Line drive single to by Crick. Autumn will round third and come home, and on the throw home, Crick will go to second. So 12-0. Still one out here in the second inning. Last time up, Tori hit a line shot, but just right back to the pitcher. Ended up in the double play. This time she hits the ground toward second base. Second base picks it up and throws her out at first base. So 2 outs now. Crick will advance to third base with Penrod coming up to bat. Penrod hits one towards center field. Center field's coming in and drops it. Drops it for the error. Penrod's trying to make it a second. She does make it a second, and Crick will score on the play. So 13-0. Hebner back up to bat, the second time this inning. Foul ball down the third base line. She's just a little bit in front of that one. Ida Hebner gets over the pitcher's head, wild pitch, so Penrod advances to third on the play. 2 outs, runner on third. 1-1 the count to Hebner. Hebner sends one towards center field. Center fielder's underneath it and makes the catch for the third out of the game. So in the bottom of the second inning, the Elks were able to add on 7 more runs. I think it should be 13-0 after 2 complete innings, with the Bruins coming up to bat. So with softball and baseball starting in Little League as well, it's a good time to get your kids involved during the season so they can get some practice in, some reps in, so when they get to high school, they can join our teams here in the high school and help us and benefit the high school as well. So get those kids involved in activities. They'll enjoy school a lot more. They'll have a reason to be here other than this school. So get your kids involved. Winds starting to pick up here a little bit in the third inning as it's blowing straight in from center field. On the baseball diamond, your score is now 7 for the Elks and 0 for the Hopi, and that's still in the second inning over there. But the Elks have a long second inning going on over there. Batting for, doesn't have this number there, but it's supposed to be Amy for the Bruins. First pitch was a ball inside. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. Outside and high. 2-1. Two and 2 count. That was a knee-high strike. In the dirt, but she swings. They had to throw it to first. It threw it kind of a long way around. Troy didn't realize it hit the dirt, I think. She picked up, threw it to third, and we threw it to first for the out on the strike 3. So bringing up Starks for the Bruins. Knee high strike. Ariola's ahead 0-1. Strike 2. We had 0-2 on Starks. Strike 3. 3 in a row down the middle for the strikeout. So 2 quick outs, 2 strikeouts. So 2 outs here in the top of the third. Bring up the top of the lineup. So Suboski is also the pitcher for the Bruins. Strike 1. Strike 2, same spot. Looks like Ariola's kind of found the strike zone. There's about 6 or 7 right in a row, right down the middle. Bruins been able to catch up to him. Just a little low on that one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. I spoke too soon about that. Change up. Hit to Wiltbank. Wiltbank picks it up. Nice throw to Autumn for the third out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. That inning. So out of 10 batters that have batted for the Bruins, only 1 have gone on base. 6 strikeouts. 2 at each inning. So after 2.5 innings, score remains 13-0. Looks like on the boys' side, they're starting to pile up the runs. It is now 8-0 as Walker drives in Cochran. Still the bottom of the second over there. Again, I'd like to thank those sponsors. If you'd like to be a sponsor on Let's Go Elks, you need to get hold of Wes McBride. The more sponsors, the better. More events we can sponsor and be part of. So thank those that have sponsored and are sponsoring at this time. All right, Walker up for the Lady Elks here, starting at the bottom of the third inning. Lady Elks ahead by 13. Oh, first pitch by Walker hits her in the helmet as she trots down to first base. Walker's like, thought it was higher. She didn't really try to get out of the way, but she thought the pitch was going over her head. It kind of dove down and hit her in the top of the head. So Wiltbank up to bat with Walker on first. Expect Walker to be heading to second as soon as this pitch is thrown. But she is. Strike to Wiltbank, but Walker's in safely at second with the stolen base. As Wiltbank let that one go, so Walker could be on second. Wiltbank sends one and caught by the third baseman. Nice play by the third baseman who catches the foul pop for the first out, brings up Ariola. Walker still sitting on second base. 1 out. Ball 1. Walker's on her way to third and will make it to third easily. So Walker now 2 stolen bases after the hit by pitch. Staying on third, waiting for Ariola to drive her in. Outside, ball 2. Ariola sends it high to left field. Let's see. Left fielder's down underneath it. And out. But Walker tags up and will score on the sac fly. 14. Brings up Webster. They're appealing the play at third. And they said Walker did not tag up on the play, so that's a third out. So that run will not score. It'll be 13 to 3. No, Colette's arguing. Says this. She did come back, but Greg says no on the play. So after 3 complete innings, the score remains 13-0. The Bruins had 3 up, 3 down that inning. Defensively for your Lady Elks in the 4th, it looks like the same. You got Slade, Ariola, Webster, Penrod, Walker, Wiltbank, Elmer, Ebner, and Rivas around the field. Mateo batting for the Bruins. Ball 1 high. A little outside. Ball 2 to Lomatioa. As we start the 4th inning, nobody on for the Bruins. Strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Little 2-hopper back to Ariola, who makes the play and throws it to Wiltbank. To Webster at first for the first out of the inning. Brings up Benally. Swinging at a high pitch, strike 1. I believe Benally's the only one with a hit for the Bruins so far today. Low in the dirt, ball 1. That one got away from Ariola. Looks like there's a delay in the boys game right now. Still showing 8-0, and nothing's happened on the game changer for a while. So ball 2, 2-1 to Benally. Strike 2. As Benally swings through that pitch down the middle. So 2-2 the count. Strike 3 on the outside half. Now they let that one go by for second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs. Brings up Siawantoa. Strike 1. On Siawantoa. So 0-1 the count. Inside, 1-1. Strike 2 swinging. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Change up, swings underneath. Gets by Torrey. Torrey does throw down to first for the third out, though. So strikeout, throw out. So that is 3 outs. The girl's unsure if that's 2 or 3 right now. So after the last inning, a little confused. So after 3.5 innings, the score remains 13-0. So far for the Bruins, they've had 13 batters up, only 1 reached base. Sorry about that last half inning. Forgot to change the screen again. I'll get it figured out by the time I'm 85 or so. I'll have it figured all out. Bottom of the 4th inning, Webster up to bat for first. Webster sends a little bop toward second base, who drops it, and Webster will be second there. Webster will be heading towards second on the air and will be safe there as well. So 2 errors on second baseman there. Let Webster get into second base safely. Brings up Cassidy Elmer. No outs here. Ball 1. Ball high. 2-0. 2-0 the count to Elmer. Webster still on second base. Foul ball. As Elmer fouls that one straight down. 2 balls, 1 strike. Outside. Ball gets away from catcher. Webster will advance to third on the pass ball. 3-1 the count to Elmer. Webster's on third. Still no out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ball forward to Elmer. She'll advance to first. She'll run first. Go to second on the play. And on the throw, Webster will go home as they're out there still playing, trying to catch Elmer off base. Unable to. Elmer's able to get back to first on the pickle. So, but Webster will score on that. So 14. Strike one on Kensley. Elmer advancing to second on the pitch. Little high to Kensley on that one. Count evens out at 1. It's a little blooper over shortstop for a single. So yeah, and Elmer's able to advance to third on the play. So now you have 2 runners on, first and third, no outs. Looks like Tori Slade up to bat. Strike. And she lets that one go as Crick advances to second base. So 2 runners on for Slade in scoring position. A nice hard hit by Slade, but it gets off shortstop's glove. Tori's able to make it safely to first with Crick moving up to third and Elmer scoring. Top lineup, Penrod come back up to bat with a score of 14-0. All right, so that is 15-0, and game is called by the umpire. So 3.5 inning game at 15. So 15-0. Your Elks are victorious. Boys are still playing over there. Let me see if I can get you a final score before I go off air here. Looks like now in the bottom of the 3rd inning, your Elks are winning 9-0 as they're in the bottom of the 3rd over on the baseball diamond. Just remember, the next home game will be Saturday against Phoenix Christian. Should be a pretty good game. We beat them earlier in the tournament, 7-4, I believe. But since then, they have not lost a game, so it should be a good game on Saturday. Before that, the Lady Elks will travel to Flagstaff to take on Northland Prep. Hope to see you at our games coming up soon. Be safe and see you on Saturday. See you, bud.